Good morning, beautiful people of the world. Good morning. It is Friday. It's Friday, baby. Hey, it's Friday. Yes, y'all, it's Friday, May 30th, 2025. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How is everybody on this grand, beautiful day? Another day that the Lord has made. Amen, somebody. Amen and amen. How you guys doing this morning? Thank you all of you all that tuned in yesterday to the live. I know it was unexpected. You all were not expecting me to come on live. I saw Brenda made a comment saying that it kept freezing on her end, so she wasn't able to join. But I'll be back, Brenda. No worries, I will be back. I hope y'all doing all right today. I hope you all had a great day on yesterday. Yeah, yesterday's live was a little weird. I was really kind of shocked at how some of the men were, the two fellas that was on the live was trying to come at me. You know, what I've discovered is that men, even if they're not the man that want to be with you, men are very intimidated and very what's the word I'm looking for? They get in their feelings the minute a woman says that she enjoys being single or she's okay with being single. They then, okay, so what we doing here? How am I supposed to get through here? I'm so sick of these motherfuckers at this Dunkin' Donuts. I try not to even come this way. People are something else, child. But anyway, I was a little surprised about that. I wasn't really surprised, but men seem to, get offended when a grown woman says that she's okay with being single, and that it's almost like they feel like, it's a dig towards men and men are not needed. But, especially from the dude who, like Meadow said, always giving me the compliments and always saying this and that and the third about me, but then was trying to come at me. I don't even know if he was really trying to come at me. I don't know what he was doing, but I will say this, and I'm going to make myself clear. Women don't need you all like that no more. We really don't. I mean, you only good for one thing. Real talk. It's the same way you all have treated us for years and years and years, where you have just, said the same thing about us. Oh, a woman is only good for one thing. Well, y'all are only good for one thing, and most of y'all ain't good for that. Like I said, most of y'all are horrible in bed. You got two pumps and a hump, and that's it. Same fucking movement, same motion, same, you don't know how to do nothing. And then when we try to teach you how to do it, you offended. You offended by a sex toy. So, I mean, having sex, getting a man, that's not hard. I can have a man right now. I don't want one because you all are too much of a fucking problem. I don't want to deal with your bullshit. I don't want to deal with your lies. I don't want to deal with, your whining and, you being the pussies that most of you all are. I don't want to deal with that. So, too many men nowadays, and I'm not, this is, you can't say all men, but a lot of y'all, most of the men that I deal with or know or whatever, like the ex-friend. As soon as you all get mad, as soon as y'all get in y'all feelings, as soon as somebody say something to you, let me block her. As soon as somebody, and what it proves and what it has always proven to me is that I'm a girl. I don't want to date another girl. I want a man. Okay? I want a man. I don't want to date a girl. I want to date a man. I'm a girl myself. So I don't want to date one of me. I want to date the opposite of me. So when you start acting like a girl and you got girl tendencies, I don't fuck with a lot of women. So I'm definitely ain't gonna fuck with a man who acting like a woman. I ain't finna do that, you know. And so a lot of women have chosen to be single because life is happier and peaceful being single. And that's what I was trying to express yesterday. So you can feel however way you want to feel about it. You can get in your feelings. You can be like, oh, I can't believe, you know, that women not interested no more or whatever. You know, it ain't that we don't like you, but we don't want to deal with you. And truth be told, why should we? Why should we have to deal with it? I mean, I know a lot of men who say they don't want no woman because they don't want to deal with no woman. I don't get offended by that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get offended by that. I don't get offended by the fact that a man don't want to be bothered with a woman. I don't take offense to that. In fact, I appreciate that because I'm not gonna fuck with you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this to say this. Men, get up out your motherfucking feelings about a woman talking about she don't want to be with y'all. Get up out your feelings, okay? What happened right here? All these clothes out in the street. Just get up out your feelings and you'll be all right. It's just that simple. Because feelings are just what they are. Feelings. This light hole too damn long. As pretty as Chicago is, it's a dirty city too. People just throw shit out the window. Like, how you just throw stuff out the window? But it's women saying that we don't want to be in a relationship. It's not a reflection of you all. It's what we've had to deal with and what we continue to deal with, and we tired. And we just feel like, what the fuck do we need you for? We got our own money. We got our own cars. We got our own house. We got our own everything. So what do we really need with you? What do we need with you? You know? And especially if you causing havoc, especially if you ain't bringing no joy and no peace. Just to say, oh, I got a man. Oh, I got a man. And the reason why a lot of women stay in toxic relationships and abusive relationships is because men have made them feel that you can't survive without a man. You gotta have a man. Bullshit. Bullshit. You gotta have water. You gotta have food. You gotta have clothing. Those are the things that you gotta have. You don't have to have anybody hanging on you, causing you havoc and causing you distress. You don't have to have that. So, you know, fellas, get about your feelings, because that alone tells me that you got some girl tendencies when you can't understand a person's perspective on things of why they don't want to be in a relationship. I mean, come on. So, and I've explained this 1,001 times, but when I'm on those Facebook threads and they say, how is life? How is single life? I say peaceful or happiness or something like that. It's always a dude that get under my comment. Well, how peaceful is it? How peaceful? I'm like, what the fuck does this have to do with you? But that lets me know that men, and that proved my point yesterday when I said, you see Bo Diggs or whatever his name is, he just came out swinging. And I'm like, you're married. He gets on and he says he's married. And then when Angel did she said, your wife, and she did the throw it up emoji, I almost lost it. I was laughing so hard. Because, okay, you married, but you all over here telling me how beautiful and how gorgeous I am, and you married. Okay. All right. I wonder with your wife appreciate you constantly looking at these videos talking about how gorgeous I am. But you married though. You're married. Some people are just married. They ain't into their marriage. They not into who they're with. They just married. So I just wonder. He seemed like something was going on with him yesterday. It was weird. And Meadow said, "This is the same guy that is always on your videos talking about how gorgeous you are." And I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. All right. Alrighty then. It was very strange. But y'all gonna be all right. Y'all going to be all right. As soon as you get up out of your girl feelings about women wanting to be single, you'll be all right. But you can't change nothing. You can't change how we feel. None of that. And I didn't always feel like this. I really didn't. But I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. It don't mean that the desire has left. It doesn't mean that I don't like you or none of that. I'm just sick of y'all. And life is better for me being single. It's just the way it is. And I'm not mad about it. I'm not lonely. I'm not upset. I'm not none of that. Because like I said, when I like you, I give you 100%. I pour into you. But it's not reciprocated. Men don't do that. And somebody on the live, I think it was Joshua, said, "What's the nicest thing a man has ever done for you?" It's a shame. I couldn't really think of anything that has been the nicest thing. I've had, men to help me out financially, but ain't nobody ever did nothing really grandiose and spectacular. Never. No man ever bought me no car. And no man ever paid my rent for or gave me like a bunch of money so I would be set for the whole year. Ain't nobody ever took me on a shopping spree. Ain't nobody ever took me on a trip. Every trip I've ever gone on, I've paid for them. So, I mean, besides just taking me out on dates, I mean, I've been with men that knew I went to get my hair done or know that I go get my hair done every 2 weeks. And they don't even say, here's $100. Men love my feet. You got the prettiest feet, but they don't never want to pay for a pedicure. Where they do that at? Speaking of, I need to go get these nails done. My nails and my feet done. I'm probably going to do that next week. So, I might do it this week. I think my girlfriend's having a party next Sunday, a day party. And her colors are yellow and white. She wants all the ladies to wear yellow and all the men to wear white. And she's doing the best dress. I have a dress. That dress I showed you, all that yellow and white dress. That's what I was gonna wear. husband, have left her with debt while he's with another woman. And she didn't even have hot water because the gas got turned off. And she couldn't pay the bill. And it was just sad. It was really, really sad. And his children that he has with her in that house, and they got to take a bath in cold water. And my point was, ladies, don't ever put yourself in a situation where you depend on a man solely, depend on him solely for your finances. And that's how the conversation, went. And I was saying that, if you missed the live, I was saying that there's no way that I would ever, the house that I just bought, that I would ever put that house in a man's name when I got married. And that would have to be something that would be understood, and he would have to understand that. And if he couldn't understand that, there's no need for us to continue on, because that house is going to go to my son. I didn't buy that house, to get married and then give it to another man. Because like I said, they will love you today, hate you the same day. And that's what this young lady was talking about, how he turned on her. Because he want to be with this woman, this younger woman, or whatever. But ladies, when you buy a property with a man, make sure your name is on everything. You don't let no man have everything in his name. You don't let bills come in your house and you not know how much the utilities are or the mortgage. You have to make sure that you have to make sure that if he walk, you can pay those bills. And a lot of women get married to men and they fall into this, well, I'm married and he makes more, he's the breadwinner. No, that's fine for him to be the breadwinner, but you need to make sure you got your own money. Ooh, I cannot see. It is so sunny. Okay, now you just did something real dangerous, and you a truck driver, you know better. But you don't let no man just have all the money and you don't know what's going on and you don't know what those bills are. You open up those bills. I don't give a damn if it's in his name or not. And stop putting these utility bills in his name. Put the utility bills in both of your name, so you will know. Oh, okay, this is how much we owe. Because why your gas cut off? Your gas cut off because you don't know what the fuck is going on. Ladies, don't ever put yourself in a position where a man pays everything and you don't pay anything. Okay? If he pays the mortgage, even if he's paying them, let's just say he paid the mortgage and he paid some of the utility bills or whatever, you still need to have your name on that mortgage. What you mean your name ain't on the mortgage? Where they do that at? It's just not smart, I'm telling you. It's not smart. It is not smart to be with any man and you not know what's going on in that house. You cannot depend on these men. And if you haven't learned that by now, let me tell you again. You know, a lot of women put themselves in situations where it's like, oh, he paid this. You know, I don't have to pay anything. He pays this, he pays that. Okay. Open up your electric bill, open up your gas bill, open up your water bill, open up that mortgage. Because I have another girlfriend. Mortgage was behind. She was letting the husband pay the mortgage. He was paying it. Okay. But then, I don't know what happened. He stopped paying it. And they got 3 months behind in their mortgage. Now, if your mortgage is $1,000, $1,800, $2,000, or whatever, can you imagine getting that far behind in payments? It's hard to come up with that amount of money. It's hard. So, you have to make it do what it do. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is you got to know what's being paid in that house. You got to know, okay, all right, so he paid it this month, blah, blah, blah. How do you not know that your mortgage is behind? And you live in that house and mail comes through that house. If you don't want to open up the mail, set it up where you can go online. You can go online. Like with my mortgage, I call my mortgage in by phone. My mortgage comes directly out of my checking account. I don't have it set up on the debit card. I have certain bills, the mortgage, light, gas, water. All of that comes directly out of my checking account. So you know how you sign up for everything. You put the routing number in, you put your checking account number in, and when I call it in, or I pay it on the app, I choose how I want it to be paid. And I click and I say my checking account. Okay. Because if I was ever to lose my debit card, which, you know, you can get another one at the bank, or, you know, I've had some fraudulent activity on my debit card, I don't want to have to pay everything through debit, my credit card, or my debit card, credit card, or whatever. So what I do is I have everything, those major bills, I pay them out of my checking account, because I know that the money is in the bank, and that's how the money gonna be drawn. So you don't have to necessarily open up the mortgage payment when it come in if you don't want to, you know, offend him or whatever, but you can get it set up online. But she said her name is not on the deed, or her name is not on the house. How is your name not on the house? So therefore, when the gas got cut off, she couldn't go and pay the gas bill. She couldn't add her name on there because, I guess, however way they set it up. But your name should be on those bills. Because if he ever decide he don't want to be there no more, you don't want to have to call him up and say, oh, you know, like she called him and told him that she was, that she called him up to tell him that the gas was off and they ain't had no hot water. He never responded. Don't give a fuck. Ladies, I don't care how much you love a man. You got to love yourself more. You got to be smart. You got to be smart. Because most dudes, they ain't that smart. And not only are they not that smart, the shit that they do to you and how they leave you high and dry with shit, when I tell you, when they done, they don't give a fuck about you. So you better care about yourself. And you better make sure that you got your stuff in order. And that's why I wasn't waiting on no man to buy no house. Because most of these dudes' credit is jacked the fuck up. Most of these dudes that you know, most of these dudes that you know, most of these dudes that, you know, that call themselves, you know, I got it going on, they ain't got shit going on. They ain't got nothing going on. And I was like, I'm not waiting for another I'm not waiting for no man to buy no house. I'm buying my own house. And I'm so glad I did. And I'm so glad I didn't wait on nobody. I'm so glad I bought what I wanted and I got what I wanted. I'm so glad. I didn't have to discuss nothing with nobody. I didn't have to argue with nobody. I got what I wanted. I just want a man to come and repair some stuff. But I got somebody to do that too. It's just I have to wait on them until they available. But that's okay. I'll wait. I'll wait. I ain't got no problem with waiting. My friend, the guy who always come and help me, he always be like, you need a man. I'm like, I got one. He like, who? I said, you. He be like, oh. I'm like, whatever. Whatever. He's like, I am not your man. I said, yes, you are. For today, you are. But right now, you is. You the man, you the man, you the man. So yeah, that's what I be wanting a man for, to help. It would be nice to have somebody to help pay these raggedy ass bills. But guess what? I'm super duper glad I can pay them myself. Might be a little struggle now. Might be a little struggle. But I ain't got to go and ask nobody for shit and be told no. My gas and my light bill and all that, I ain't got to worry about waiting on nobody to pay it. I pay it my damn self. Don't want to. Wish I had somebody else to do it. But I'm so glad. I'm so glad I don't have to depend on nobody to take care of me. That I can take care of myself. I may be broke. I may be like, damn, this all I got left. I might not be able to go get them crab legs I want, or might not be able to go get a pair of shoes that I want. But guess what? I got my own crib with light, gas, water, cable. I can walk in my sanctuary, put the key in the door, turn the key in the door, and not have to come in and argue with a motherfucker about stupid shit. Or ask him why he didn't pay it. Well, you know this is behind and See, because sometimes you can be with somebody, you know, when women be like, oh, I wish I had some help. Sometimes you can have somebody right there that ain't helping and you still single. So that's why I say, you know, stop gaslighting and thinking that, you know, woman that's, you know, that women need men. What do we need you for? What do we need you for? Honestly, answer that question. What do we need you for? Because women are doing it by themselves. It's not that we want to. It's what we have to do. Because most of you motherfuckers ain't dependable. You're not dependable. I mean, let's just keep it 100. You're just not dependable. So women have learned, okay, I know I got to get out here. I got to work. I know I got to do this. I know I got to do that. If something go wrong in the house, YouTube University. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on YouTube since I had this house to find out this, that, and the other. Now, certain things I can do. Like, my ceilings in my house are pretty high. So, like, some of those light bulbs and stuff, my friend's supposed to come over and put the light in. I mean, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things I can't do. If I don't know something about my furnace or my air conditioning unit or whatever, I get on Google. I just get on Google. And it's always some man around that I can ask, hey, what's going on with this? Or, what's going on with that? Blah, 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 blah. So it's different ways to do different things, So you don't really need no man. Especially if it's one that's causing you some problems. And like I said, as far as sex is concerned, that ain't hard to get. You can get that like you get a bottle of water, But that ain't no big deal. It really ain't. A lot of these men don't want to even take you out for a meal. If a man can't feed you, he sure in the hell shouldn't be with you. Let me say that again. If he can't feed you, he sure in the hell shouldn't be with you. If you can't afford a meal, if you can't afford to take me out to dinner, I ain't saying you got to do it every weekend. But goddamn it, you should be able to do it at least once a month. At least. I mean, it's just amazing to me how men will climb up on top of a woman and feel like he ain't got to do nothing for what he like, for what he enjoy. If you don't pay your utilities or your mortgage, they're going to cut the shit off. You're going to go into foreclosure. They're going to put you the fuck out because you didn't pay. It's the same way with a woman. How do you climb? Just like you climb up in your house and up them steps to go in your house to a house so that you can have the comfort of a home. How do you climb up on a woman and get the comfort of what you're getting and don't ever want to do nothing for her? I don't understand that. But y'all do it all the time. So, no, I'm good over here. I'm good. I don't want you. Nope. I've tried. And I'm done. So now I just look at men like I look at anything else. Something to do. And if I'm not that frantic over a man. Oh, this is what is. I was wondering. Okay, this is what the problem is. I kept on saying, why do I have so much mascara everywhere? But now I see why. Now I get it. It's from here. This is leaking. Oh, man. I don't know how I did that. So, yeah, I just look at men as something to do. Y'all just something to do. Something to pass the time. When I want to be bothered, I'm bothered. When I don't want to be bothered, and that's 99.9 of the time. And people get mad at you because you won't allow them to treat you any kind of way. And the moment you don't let a person treat you any kind of way, like my friend, that's when they don't want to be bothered with you no more. So, I'm good on y'all. I'm real good on y'all. I don't hate you, but I don't like you very much. And I have learned how you all are, and I've learned how you all do and what you say. I've learned how you all have no regard, no respect for women. I mean, I was watching that P. Diddy, hearing something about the P. Diddy trial, and I'm just, he has daughters. But like I said, the very men that tell a men to go and violate the women, you know, you want to keep your daughter's vagina on lock, but you tell your son to go get every vagina. You men are so backwards. And then when I hear men say, oh, there needs to be a man in the home. Okay, y'all in the home, but what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing while y'all there? You know, it's sick to me. It's just sick. Like I said, ladies, do what you need to do for yourself. Get what you need to get for yourself when it comes to a man. I don't care what it is. If he's good at this or good at that, get it. If you like having sex with him, get that too. If you don't really care for him, you know, in that way, then get with somebody else. You know, don't put your heart and soul into these men. Do not. Because you're going to be hurt and you're going to be disappointed. Because most of them don't care about us. And that's the truth. I'm finna wrap this hair right back up. I ain't like the way that ponytail look. Most of them don't care about you. Most of them just want you for one thing and one thing only. And that should be your goal. That's all you want to. Use them like they use us. And I don't care who get on here talking about, oh, what you saying is wrong. No, what I'm saying is right. Get them before they get you. Don't put everything into one person. Date as many of them. Date them all. I didn't say sleep with them all. Date them all. Have one that you sleep with, and the rest, date. Just date. Have a bunch of men that you just date. Go out, enjoy life, have fun. They say, oh, you know, I want something serious. I ain't looking for nothing serious. Let's keep it the way it is. I ain't looking for that. I don't want nothing serious. That's what I tell men now. They be trying to talk to me. Oh, I'm not looking for no relationship. I told this dude that not that long ago. And he was like, well, what you looking for? I said, nothing. He said, so you don't want a relationship? No, I do not, sir. Another guy that I used to talk to, when I told him, he said he wanted to take me out. I said, okay, we can go out. I said, but understand this. There ain't going to be no sex, ever. You and I already did that. We did that years ago. I said, so if you want to go out, we can go out. But understand this. Ain't no coming back to my house, and ain't no going to your place. I ain't heard from him since. Kept asking me to send him pictures, send me some sexy pictures. For what? We did all of that. Ain't sending you no sexy pictures. What am I sending you sexy pictures for? I don't plan to fuck you. What you need some sexy pictures for? So he wanted to take me out to dinner. Once I told him he wasn't getting no ass, I ain't heard from him. That's fine. Because you're not getting none. And everybody else ain't getting none. No, I'm not looking for nothing serious. So the guy said, what you looking for? I said, nothing. He said, well, what does that mean? I said, exactly what I said. I ain't looking for nothing. Well, you gave me your phone number. I did. Well, what you want to do? We can go out. We can kick it. We can have fun. Well, I'm looking for a relationship. I said, okay, well, best of luck. Ain't heard from him. You ain't looking for no relationship. You looking for some ass. And I'm not fucking none of y'all. Because you ain't worthy of that. You ain't worthy. No. Nope. And everybody said, oh, all men ain't the same. A lot of them are. And if you know that you know that you know, don't get yourself caught up in another situation with another bum ass man who don't want nothing but some sex, and he gonna be gone. And that's why I said yesterday on the live, I have no not desire, I have no plans on ever marrying, because I don't want to be involved with nobody that deeply. Well, when the relationship ends, because most marriages end anyway. So now I'm good. You stay over there, I'm gonna stay over here. Don't move. You cannot move in over here, and I'm not moving in over there. You're gonna stay at your house, and I'm gonna stay at my house, and we gonna love each other from over here and over there. And when we get together, we get together. But you can't come move over. No, ain't no moving in. I will never do that again. Did that one time with Christopher sperm donor, worst mistake I ever made in my life. I don't want to hear your sob story. The man can't come to me asking me for $1. I'm not giving you shit. You can't drive my car. You can't come live in my house. None of that. Go live with your family. If you, like I said yesterday, if you 50 and 50 plus and you ain't got nothing to offer, and you ain't got nothing, you ain't got no car, you still live in a basement of your mama's or your sister's apartment, and you ain't got shit, stay over there. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And women, you know when men are not on your level, and you continue to try to make them be on your level, or try to continue to date them because they're nice. When they're not on your level, they're not on your level. And when they're not on your level, you need to say, see ya. Goodbye. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go. It's the weekend. If my Shein haul come in, I will do the haul on tomorrow. I mean on Sunday. But it ain't came in yet, so excuse me. I may not do anything. We'll see. But I appreciate every last one of you all for taking the time out to look at this video. Make sure you get a video thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are not subscribed. And leave me a comment in the comment section. And we'll chat on tomorrow. And for those of you all that want to be combative and you want to argue and you want to come at me, I'm not changing what I said. Okay? So I'm not here to argue with you, and you come at me and you want to be nasty and all that. I'm just going to block you. That's it. I blocked like 5 people last week, and then yesterday on the live, the dude, as soon as I started eating my pickle, this dude talking about, oh, you just get on camera just being all greedy and stuff. Block. I was like, let me block you now. And I blocked him, because we ain't finna even have no discussion like that. I'm not finna go back and forth with you. And Bo almost got blocked yesterday, and Joshua, I thought I was gonna have to block him too, but everything smoothed out, you know. You all like these earrings? They're pretty. I don't like the way they make my ear come down. I got these at TJ Maxx a while ago. Got this pink shirt on. So I thought that I love pink, and I love these earrings. But like I said, they kind of pull the earlobe down a little bit. I don't like that about. And they not heavy, but I guess it's the way that they made. They kind of made out of that like straw material. Like, you see how I need to get my nails done? Yeah, I need to fill in. I might go get a pedicure and a manicure today. I don't know though. But anyway, this is what I'm gonna get done, or what I had planned to get done. So you see, I was gonna get one nail yellow, other nail white, yellow, white. So every other one, so like this would be yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow. That's how I think I'm gonna get them done. We'll see. And then I'm gonna get my toes just painted all yellow. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. You all have a great, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next Cece's Fashion is My Passion video. Okay? All right, toodles. Have a blessed day. Bye.